Sri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. We will do meditation again this morning. And the topic of meditation will be the 21st mantra of Kaivalya Upanishad. Apani-pado hamachintya shaktihi pashyamya chakshus sasranomya karmaha aham vijanami vivikta rupaha nachasti veta mamachit sadaham. I am without hands and without legs. I am of incomprehensible power. I see without eyes. I hear without ears. I am devoid of all forms. I know everything, and there is none that knows me. I am ever pure knowledge. Sit straight. Make your spine straight with the neck and the head. Head, neck, spine, and your buttock will be in a straight line. At least try. But sit in a relaxed position. Don't be too much stiff. Observe your breathing. Breathe slowly. There should be long breathing and rhythmic. Use your nose only for breathing. Observe your breathing. Apani-padaha. Aham. Achintya Shakti. Without hands and legs. Means I no need to go out anywhere. It is the source of intensive power, intense power. That is why it is incomprehensible, achintya, जिसको चिंता नहीं कर सकते, शक्ति. we may doubt, what does it mean that I see without my eyes, I hear without my ears? Just think in that way. Who give ability to hear to my ears? Because ears are verily inert, like any other wood, stone, etc. Who gives ability to my eyes to see everything? The source of giving ability to our sense organs to acquire knowledge should not be any ordinary power. When Hanumanji went to Lanka and allowed Lankan armies to arrest him, he was brought to the court of Ravana. Because he alone burned the whole Lanka. Ravana asked him, with which power you did all those things? Hanumanji replied, जिनके शक्ति में आप स्वर्ग मर्त्य और पाताल के अधिकारी है, borrowing whose strength and power you have conquered the hell, heaven and this earth. I am the Sevaka, servant of that Shakti, of that power. I am the messenger of that Achintya Shakti. Suppose electric bulb, electric fan, AC machine. Just think of it. Is there any connection between electricity and the bulb, electricity and the fan, electricity and the AC machine? But electricity is there, that is why the light is on, the fan is working, the AC is working, the fridge is working, the mobile phone is working, the laptop is working. Electricity is not dependent on anything else, but all the gadgets are dependent on electricity. I as Atma, I as the pure consciousness, existence and bliss, not dependent of anything else, not dependent on my any sense organs. I am the truth alone. The light, the fan, the AC, who are they? They are the expression of the electricity. Likewise, my all sense organs are the expression of my consciousness only. Electricity is neither the bulb nor the light. Electricity is neither the bulb nor the light, neither the fan nor the air. Likewise, the pure consciousness is not dependent on any expression. If there is no sense organs, I, as pure consciousness, exists. I know everything, but I am devoid of anything. I am still the knower. Aham vijanami vivikta rupaha. There is no other knower. I am the knower of the all other known, or all other knower also. I am the knower of my mind. I am the knower of my intellect. I am the knower of my memory. I am the knower of my sense of individuality, ahankar. About me, there is nothing else to know. Just remove the wrong notion about ourselves. My intrinsic nature, which is Chaitanya Swarupa, will be revealed automatically. I am without hands and legs, apani pada aham. In such a special use of language, wherein words are used as technical expressions, they should not be understood in their direct word meanings. If we accept here the word meaning, the Sanatana concept, the Vedic concept of God needs immediate protection and patronage from some society for the disabled. Here the hands and legs are representative of the 5 instruments of action. Bak, Pani, Pad, Payu, Upastha. 5 karmendriya. Speech, hand, legs, genitals, and the organ of excretion. With which all of us express our responses to the world outside. No doubt in each one, the mode of response is ordered by his own powerful vasanas, desires. When we say that the truth has no hands and legs, it only means that truth is the power that functions in the hands and legs, but itself has no hands and legs. In Bhagavad Gita, 13th chapter, the 13th sloka is there. Sarvata Panipadam Tat Sarvata Shishiro Mukham. Bhagavad Gita, 13th chapter, 13th sloka says like that. This is as logical as if one were to say electricity has no bulbs, or that the petrol has no engine. In short, it only indicates for the contemplative intellect of the student that the pure consciousness in us has no need to respond to the world of objects outside, and that it is the life-giving touch that functions in all living hands and legs. Achintya Shakti, incomprehensible power, means regarding life in all its purity. Here, purity means devoid of all its conditionings, upadhi, and therefore away from all impressions. All that we can say is that it is a power that cannot be comprehended. In fact, all energies, even in the physical gross world, are recognized only when they manifest as perceptible expressions. The infinite life one without a second that functions as the soul of every name and form in the universe can only be understood as a great power, experienceable only on transcending the intellect. The intellect can't think of it because it is the very power in the intellect which expresses as intelligence in the intellect. The same concept has been used in the terminology Pashyami Achakshu. I see without eyes. Or Shrunomi Akarnaha. I hear without ears. This is a famous statement known the world over. In its directness, delicacy of finish, and neat beauty, this declaration has captivated all great minds. It says that the seer in the eyes is the truth, which through the eyes illumines the object in front of the eyes. Like vritti, how in Patanjali Yoga Sutra that concept has been cleared nicely. Suppose there is a glass or tumbler. Mind goes out, take the shape of the tumbler and come back. That is why we see it. Means the seer in the eyes is the truth which through the eyes illumines the object in front of the eyes. Similarly, the self is the hearer in the ears. The entire Kenopanishad uses of the full length of its canvas in painting this idea in all its details and colorful imports. The instruments of experiences means body, mind, and intellect, and the object of experiences means perceived objects, experienced emotions, and known thoughts are both not the Atma, and the self is that which is beyond the instruments. The eternal subject, which through the instruments awares all the objects. It is the hearing power behind the ears in the field of sound, the seeing intelligence behind the eyes in a field of forms and colors. Because it is vivikta rupa, devoid of all forms. That which is unconditioned, upadhirahita, by the instruments of action and by the instruments of perception, that must be something that has no form. Since our forms are provided by our physical bodies. In saying so, the student may misunderstand the Atma to be the subtle body constituted of the instruments of knowing, which is experienced by us as feeling or thinking. To deny this probable fallacy that it is the mind and intellect, the mantra declares that the Atma is the knowledge. I know clearly. Aham vijanami, vishishta rupena janami, aham. Our entire intellectual life is a constant procession of endless assertion of I know, I know, I know, I know. Therefore, here again the reflective student reflecting upon the immediate suggestion of this term might come to the false understanding that the intellect that knows everything may be the truth, the ultimate reality. To eliminate this confusion, it is told, Nacha asti vetta mama. There is none that knows me. Even the ideas in the intellect are illumined by the consciousness, by the Chaitanya. We are conscious of all thoughts that arise in our mind and intellect, good and bad, knowledge and ignorance, memory and forgetfulness, the endless variety of emotions and type of feelings, whatever that arises at the mind intellect level is illumined by consciousness. To indicate this consciousness, to indicate this Chaitanya as the absolute subject, is the burden of the teacher's teaching here. All that the teacher has said so far has no doubt dragged us from the outer realm of the sense organs into the innermost sanctum of the intellect. But even the intellectual ideas belong to the world of objects illumined by the Chaitanya or consciousness. And therefore, the teacher says that there is none that knows me. I am the ultimate subject in myself. Relative to me, everything in me and in the outer world is an object for it to know. There is no knowledge that can know me as an object of its knowledge. I'm repeating. There is no knowledge that can know me as an object of its knowledge. This final summing up is given in the last phrase in this mantra. Chit sada aham. I am ever the pure knowledge or pure consciousness. Chit means Chaitanya. I am knowledge, pure, without any object or objects for it to illumine other than itself. This non-dual knowledge, which is all pervading with its own effulgence, has no field or plurality to illumine. This immutable knowledge, absolute, I am always, sada. This is the confident roar of the final spiritual experience. On waking up from the dream, in spite of the dream experiences, I instantaneously recognize that I have ever been in my own bed and had never made any pilgrimage to any distant lands, and that the strange situations and experiences were the hallucinations of the consciousness absolute. Chit Sada Aham. The experience is that I had never been ever really in the trap of death, which was but a hallucination thrown up by a mind in its brutal mischief. So in this mantra, there is upon the term Vivikta Rupaha, means devoid of all forms. If there be anything that is devoid of all forms, then our sense organs cannot perceive it. And therefore, it is different from all. In the context of this mantra, when the Rishi makes this statement, after indicating that the truth is something other than the organs of actions and organs of perception, this can only mean a total negation of the mind and intellect. In this sense, then the truth is pointedly indicated by the statement that I am the knowing principle. I am the knowing principle which has no other knower to know it. Who am I? I am the pure knowledge. Hari Om Tat Sat.